Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mediak. And I don't know, it's kind of starting grim. I'm not as excited for this podcast as I usually am because we're going over a movie that I'm, you know, not exactly the most in love with. As usual, we got Skylar over here to the right, Chandler over here to the left, and me. I'm Zach. Hi, nice to talk to you guys. And we are going through the Pirates movies, and we are on the fourth one where they die. Well, actually, all these movies make a lot of money, like even the next one. So none of them technically like die, but this is where the movies narratively die, at least in my opinion. How before we get into that real quick, how was the last week for you guys?
Last
I
week
would
was
like to
great.
start off with a question. This movie
Okay,
was Pirates of the Caribbean at Stranger's Tide, correct?
that is a yes.
On
On
Stranger
Stranger's Tide.
Tides. Stranger
Is at
Tides, yeah.
Stranger's Tide different?
Wait,
Yes. On. It's on for sure.
it is on, but it.
It shouldn't be that much of a difference. Like
Yeah,
you definitely didn't watch
no,
a different
you
movie,
totally
bro.
did not watch the other movie, brother. There's no way.
Okay.
There's not a chance on this entire planet.
I was gonna say, no way, right? No way.
No way.
But
Yeah, no way. Why? Okay, I guess we'll jump right into it. Why? Did you somehow enjoy this mess?
no, the entire time I just saw it was on Disney, and
Oh, okay.
I was like, it's definitely that one. And then you guys kept talking about it, and then you were like, "Is there even an end credit scene?" And I was like, "There's an end credit scene in mine." So
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
know.
no, no. Okay, I'm gonna defend myself because whenever I did watch it, usually, well, okay, I just assumed that Disney Plus wasn't gonna be a shit service. Sorry, wait, let me check and see how far into the. Yeah, I was far enough that that's not gonna ban us me swearing that early on. But I just assumed that it would have like a button that's like, oh, skip to the end credit scene, or it would at least leave the credits there if there was an end credit scene. But no, it pulled me away and was like, do you want to watch something else? And you have to manually go in and press the credits. I did go back and rewatch it, by the way, in the last whatever, and it was nothing. Chandler, did you watch the end credit scene?
I wouldn't unless Sky said so, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm sad I watched it. I wish I
Dude,
would never have
it's
watched
such
it.
a waste of time. It is.
It's a nothing
That
burger.
character's not even in the next movie. What did
Spoiler.
Skylar?
I'm
Don't
not gonna
even.
lie.
Insane.
Skylar, don't.
I really
even.
did not like. I did not like how she and Jack split up at the very end. The way she was acting either just
There
made me
is.
dislike her
She
so
could have
much.
gotten the boat. He casually, slowly walked into the boat, and she just
And
stood
of
there
course, she
yelling
missed.
at
How do
him.
you just miss a shot like that? You're a pirate. I feel like you're supposed to be gifted in
It
shooting
was not
I
that
think.
close
I
either.
think. The end of the movie is not what we should be talking about right off the bat here. So I actually did prepare something a little bit. Want to hear something absolutely crazy?
Yes.
This is the fifth
Oh, no.
most expensive movie of all time. I don't know how or
Where?
why.
Where?
So it remained the most expensive
Characters,
movie until The
maybe.
Force Awakens came out, and then The Force Awakens has remained the most expensive movie until
Okay.
now. Actually,
Dang.
it still is the most expensive movie, but this one cost $379 million to create, and I honestly don't know where the hell that went because it
I think it went to the cast.
probably
Who? Who is on the
Johnny
cast?
Depp. Johnny Depp probably was
Johnny
like, "Give me
Depp,
$150
and then
million
Blackbeard.
Who's
Okay,
Blackbeard?
Blackbeard.
I thought his
I don't know.
catch was great. I liked him.
He's in John Wick. I know
Oh,
that.
you're right. He is a pretty big guy. Okay.
Yeah, but still, I really don't think there's that many big names. Like,
I honestly thought
I
that
think there's enough
Blackbeard
big
was the
names.
only good part of. Okay. General, like, did you guys enjoy the movie? Skylar, go first.
Yes.
You liked it? Okay. Chandler?
It's not my favorite one,
far
but
from it. No.
No, this is
No.
like, okay, so this is the first time in the history of being alive. I was 9 when this came out. This is the first time I ever remember being disappointed when watching something. And it was because of how unbelievably invested I was in the first 3 movies and then watching this one, and I just was like, wow, that wasn't Jack. Like,
It
at all.
wasn't.
It wasn't
It
Jack.
was not.
very different.
One,
He
his hair was
Blackbeard
different.
cool.
His hair was different.
I didn't notice
different
that,
look.
actually. I'm not going to lie.
I did not like it. Did not like it. It was more dreads or whatever. Like it was a lot more full, I thought.
Okay.
I just didn't like the look.
I just didn't think he was smart anymore. I thought the plot dragged him instead of him dragging the plot, and it just felt meh. Like
You
I
want to
didn't.
know? You want to know the most un-Jack moment in this movie?
What?
The chase scene in that city where he doesn't say a
Yeah.
single word. He doesn't say
Yeah,
anything.
dude.
How?
It-
That is
it-
the worst writing I've ever seen in my life.
No,
ever.
the action. So like this movie is
It was-
2 hours, but if you just got rid of the filler action moments, it would be like 35 minutes. It is filler 15-minute action moment into some random interaction, then 15-minute filler action sequence into some random interaction, and that's just what the entire movie is until it gets to the end, and it's such a slog. And I honestly felt like it felt longer than the last one, even though the last one was an entire hour longer. It like at least in my
Yeah.
opinion. I don't know.
Yeah.
I actually had to pause it at one point uh to go do something. I did watch it like technically in one sitting. I stopped for like 20 minutes to walk around, but when I did pause it and saw that there was an entire hour left, I was like, "You're kidding me, dude! Like, what the hell?"
Uh-huh.
Ugh, I'm sorry, Skylar. You can say actually. I have one good thing about the movie, and then I'm gonna hand it over to Skylar. I thought the Blackbeard cast was fantastic. I thought he was really well done. I thought his sword was really cool. His whole design was really great. I liked how much he was in the movie. Um, I don't know. I like how they called him by his like actual name a handful of times. Uh, okay, and then I'll hand it over to Skylar. Skylar, tell me everything you liked about it.
Blackbeard was just so cool. I'm not gonna
He
lie.
really was, yeah.
Like, Blackbeard was sick. His crew was sick. I like how ruthless he was. It
Yeah.
made like complete sense.
I thought that
do
scene
actually
was funny
think
where he was
Jack
like,
was
"Well,
smart in
who
this
can I kill
movie.
here?" or whatever the fuck it was. Whenever
I
like
do
the
think
girl
Jack
said
was
no.
actually smart in this movie. I just think that majority of the time he was worried about Blackbeard because no matter what, if he tried to fight Blackbeard, he was gonna lose.
I don't know.
Okay, well, one, he tricked Blackbeard at the end to kill Blackbeard. So there's already
Yeah,
one. And then like he immediately found the imposter and such. And then hold on, I wrote down his
the trick
The
thing
imposters among
what
us.
isn't really like necessarily Jack being smart. It's just the other characters not being all that
intelligent.
intuitive. I guess. Like I don't know. It's not like he did anything like necessarily like excessively stupid. He just didn't. He didn't think through things like he did in the last movies.
I mean, I thought through. Oh, I have to say this because I wrote it down, and I made a One Piece reference. I was like, "Wait, Blackbeard's in this? Z ha ha ha!" And then next I had wait for laughs. I like how they have the same name.
Yeah,
So,
that's good.
There are like things I did not like about this movie, but I did like that Jack was in most of the scenes. I still think that
That's probably where the budget
this
went.
Jack is still more enjoyable to me than Elizabeth or Will at any point.
Really,
I do not like those characters.
I do say
So
like
I'd
I
rather see
didn't
Ben than
I
Jack.
didn't miss
I'd
them
rather see
in
Jack
this
than them.
movie. I like
I did not miss.
like but that's not like a negative or a positive. I feel I just felt like there was enough going on that I didn't feel like there was something missing. I just didn't enjoy. The thing that I wrote down was there's not exactly bad concepts in this movie. Like I wasn't against anything that happened in the movie. I just don't think that it was all implemented the best way. I don't know
So
if
I
that's like
also
right.
I thought of two more things where I think Jack did plan out and think ahead.
Okay.
He met up with Barbarossa and basically like uh oh my god, ambushed Blackbeard at the end.
Yeah.
Before that, he had his three wishes, and one of them was to free his right hand man. They gave him his compass. So they gave him his compass to get the pearl.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
To get the
What
pearl.
the hell
while
is
he's
Feeling
that?
yourself
involved.
there, Sky.
Bro,
What's
what
going
the hell
on?
is that?
I don't know.
Skylar.
What are we celebrating?
We're celebrating Fortnite's
his movie.
7th birthday, everyone. Happy birthday, Fortnite! Woo! Hey.
And then I think he
That's one of the
he
news
definitely
bits.
thought through the
I'm not
part where he
repeating that
gave
later.
his first mate Gibbs the compass to get the black pearl. Wow, everybody's gone.
Okay,
because
I'll give you that.
Yeah, smart.
and
Yeah.
then he also like thought through the sabotage at the end to catch Blackbeard off guard and have him meet like his fate. Which I mean, you could argue was just fate; it was going to happen either way. But either way, he was at least a part of the fate. was getting
Yeah.
there.
I thought the
So there's
water
at least
tornado
2
that
moments.
killed Blackbeard was kind of pretty cool looking.
Yeah, it looked cool. I like how
I
he
don't
tried to
know.
reach out at the end.
I'm just kind of pulling for something, you know. I don't know.
Um,
I wrote some
and
stuff down
then
about, but it's mainly just stuff I didn't like. The one thing I wrote that was kind of funny was at the very beginning of the movie. I wrote, "Oh, Johnny Depp in court, deja vu," as a like, get it? Haha! It's a funny
Tough.
reference. Yeah. Uh, I don't know. One thing I wrote
I
down was that if I wrote down every single little thing about the movie that I just was like, okay, I'm not a fan of that, then I would have like 40 pages of notes, and I felt like that wasn't necessary. So I just kind of wrote down a lot of this movie feels half-assed, especially the fight scenes.
um Yeah, the fight scenes were a little underwhelming,
Yeah.
but I also there was a moment where I think Jack was, like, actually Jack, and it was whenever, like, the Spanish came up to him for the one thing, and he hands it off to Angelica, and then he slowly backs away and lets he or her deal with it, and
Okay.
he kinda,
Yeah.
like, stands, like, 2 feet back.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
and then
if you looked in his eyes, he didn't have it. Like Johnny Depp wasn't like he wasn't trying. Like I don't know. Maybe I don't
Can I
know.
be honest?
Yes.
He read the script and knew it was shit, and just didn't give it all that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
No,
I
you're
shouldn't have
fine.
said that.
That's super fair. No, it's okay.
he did have a crazy s oh, Captain Jack Sparrow had a crazy statement in this one, uh, when it was at the end of the movie,
I think
and
I
it
know what
was
you're
with
talking
Angelica on the island. And
about.
she's
Oh,
like, "No, we did it." And he's like, "I've never been that drunk." Like,
okay.
that. And I was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa."
When he was
And
with
I paused.
Elizabeth, though, he was
Yeah.
pretty drunk, bro. He was
Yeah.
drunk.
That is a true
He
statement.
was pretty drunk. Um, and then I can get into some parts of the movie. Oh, I'll say like 2 more things that I have on here that were positives, and that's Lily really liked the mermaids.
So did
She still
G.
enjoyed them this
She
time around.
specifically asked me to call her over because she was working. She asked me to pull her over when the mermaids were coming on.
Yeah, the mermaids were cool.
Oh
Um,
no, I don't like the mermaids. I said G likes the mermaids.
no, I didn't say I liked them. I
Oh,
said they
okay,
were cool.
okay.
Um, and then my other one was they had a really cool explosion scene.
Oh, was it when he
Um,
jumped off the lighthouse? I actually did enjoy that little dive, even though
yeah,
it definitely
that was
wasn't Johnny Depp.
it looked
I
like
don't.
Who
it.
I
cares?
actually
Yeah, who
didn't like
cares?
that scene. I didn't like that
I
scene.
didn't like
Why did
that
that
scene.
scare all the mermaids?
It
Like,
makes no sense. I just thought it looked visually appealing.
it did not. It did not.
And then the seaweed, like, why is that strong enough? It doesn't even matter, dude. There's so much that's so stupid about the movie. Um,
Um,
They
I
were
can get
using
into some
seaweed to
silly.
grapple them.
well, what was their plan when they were out in the water? Like, why did they all manage to survive? Like, the mermaids just didn't have any, like, they weren't dangerous at all
Ooh,
because once
we
all the
saw the
boats were,
mer.
go ahead.
Sorry, continue.
Well, once all the boats were destroyed,
Bless you.
sorry, I was just coughing. They swam the shore fine until they were like ripped away afterwards. There was just like no urgency or like fear at all. And also, first off, one thing that added to that, the fact that his crew were zombified was so stupid because why,
Yeah.
like, we did this already. Why are we doing this again? Like,
Yeah.
come on. And it had no impact on the plot whatsoever. Like, what did it did that even get resolved by the end of the movie?
They got smushed, bro. We never got to find out.
All right,
Uh,
dude.
I'll say those mermaids murked that one ship, though. They literally
Yeah.
Yeah, they
toppled
did.
it. How
Yeah.
could they not? Like they were super incompetent. How could you not catch swimming sailors? Like
Yeah.
or like yeah. I have many gripes to pick with this movie. Does anyone have all their positives or everything out they want to say? Because I'm about to bash the shit.
I honestly only have one other thing in general to say about this movie.
Yeah, I have one
it's
more good thing.
okay. Yeah, go ahead, and then I'll say my negative.
There's like one raindrop scene whenever they're getting close to the Fountain
Oh,
of
with his
Youth where the
finger.
raindrops are going up. Yeah, and I thought that scene was cool.
Yeah. I looked at that and I was
Did you
like, you
say
know what?
no?
No, I said yeah.
I
I
thought you
looked at
looked at me like, no.
no, that was one of the
I
scenes
was
that
like,
like actually like
You're
took
wrong.
my attention, you know? Like I actually like was fully watching it
yeah,
and
it was.
not being like glazed over and wanting to move to the
Mm,
end. I did enjoy that, yeah.
that was cool.
Rob Marshall. Actually, you know what? I bet
Yeah, who's this
he did
guy?
his best. He was the director. I bet he did his
Mm,
best. The movie itself, not my favorite. The cinematography was really ass compared to the rest of
the
the
others.
movies. I went through his filmography and he does a lot of Disney stuff. I'm less critical against him now because he made one of my favorite movies, Nine. It's not like favorite, not like top 10, but I enjoyed it quite a lot. Um, Still, I'm very upset that what he did to my pirate franchise. But my final thing I have to say about this movie is that the scene with Jack's dad fucking sucks in general.
It was
Like,
bad.
it was like,
It was
why
bad.
is that there? It was because people thought it was cool in the previous movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was it. I rolled my eyes so hard. Okay, Chandler, tear this movie apart.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alrighty. I actually have a couple things that I sadly liked about it.
Ugh,
I
you
liked
don't have to say
Blackbeard's
sadly.
ship.
Yeah, his ship
His
was
ship was
awesome.
cool. His
Yeah,
shooting fire was also cool.
yeah.
Like that was
Mhm.
kind of that was quote unquote
It
fire.
was just
I
cool
like
that his
that.
sword like controlled the ship too. I really enjoyed
Yeah, that
that.
was
Yeah.
intriguing.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Controlling
I
the
don't know
all
floating
why
the.
thing.
or where or how or when or what.
Yeah, I
Like
wish that
that's
could have been
about.
explained.
Yeah, if they explained that, that would have been interesting. But I honestly, it's kind of cool. So
It
I
would.
just kind of was like, okay.
Yeah. Um. That honestly might really just be it.
That's
I was very disappointed in Jack this whole movie for the most part. The beginning was just not what he was. I'm used to. I didn't like his new appearance. I liked his like how he looked in the first three movies. But you're right, it wasn't that noticeable. I didn't notice it towards the end of the movie, but I noticed it when he was in the courthouse and leaving that place. That whole chase scene, hated it completely. I just didn't like it. It was so boring. Him not saying a single word just was it took me out of the picture the whole time. Like I was just waiting for him. I was not waiting for the chasing to end. I was waiting for him to say something, and he never did.
yeah.
It was just such lazy writing because it wasn't even good. It wasn't even a good chase scene either.
No, it was just him riding while fire was falling out of the back of the
When
thing.
has Jack never not said anything? When
I
has he
don't know.
never? That's not him. That was so out of character. I feel
Yeah.
bad that Johnny had to play that.
Well, well, like what? Tell me what happened in that 5 minute block. The answer is nothing. He went from point A to point B. That's it. That's just
Yeah,
bad waste. That's a waste of time.
and
It was
and
bad.
they did not do the score justice by throwing
Yeah.
by having him swinging in that ballroom or whatever with the king. Like, oh, so disappointing. Like that was like they did that on a ship, and it looked cool on a ship, swinging from like sail to sail. He was just swinging on like what a chandelier maybe,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just so
Yeah,
bad. Like they were trying so hard to replicate what they did last movie with that,
I agree
and
there.
they completely flopped in my opinion. Uh, Choreography, hated it. It was so fake. Yeah. Yeah, and they were like obviously like whenever they would go to whiff, it was a obvious whiff. It was like nowhere
Yeah.
near Jack running away and
Yeah.
clearly just
Dude, and
didn't even
so
get
much of
close.
it just very obviously was not Johnny Depp. Like anytime it wasn't like you couldn't see his face, it wasn't him because they were
Mhm.
doing some other stupid thing where he was doing like a slide or a jump or a flip or something. And one of the things that like was like the pinnacle of how stupid the action was in this movie was it was early on in where he met what was her name, Angelica, was that her name?
Yeah,
Yeah, where
Angelica.
he met her and they were fighting against I don't know, someone, the government or whatever, and
Mhm.
they
Yeah,
beat them by blowing up alcohol. Like what? Why? What did that do? How did that beat them? It
You
like
mean making them slip around
yeah,
and
some of
stuff?
them slipped. Like one of them slipped,
Yeah,
but
that was
then like
so lazy. They
everything with
slipped
that was
into each
so
other. Like
stupid. It was like Looney Tunes.
it
It's
was.
the epitome of what Disney became. It is embarrassing compared to what it
Mhm.
was.
Mhm. Yeah, it was tragic.
Yeah, it really
So
was.
this was tough to watch. I wanted to stop around that part of the movie at
It made
least.
me sad,
Um,
like because it really was such a great franchise, and it is embarrassing because I it made me not want them to keep making those two because it's gonna make them outweigh how many good ones there are. Because right now it's 3-2, but then it's gonna be 4-3, and then it's a bad franchise at that point, you know.
Hmm.
I also want to comment on that chandelier scene with the cupcake. I thought he was setting up for something so cool,
Yeah,
and it was such a disappointment. I thought
yeah,
the cupcake was gonna like drop on him, and he was gonna like break away and
yeah,
like sneak away like that. I thought he was like playing out. I'm like,
yep,
oh, this is gonna be sick.
yeah,
And then I was like, wait, why didn't it fall yet? And I'm like, wait,
yeah,
what's going on here? Wait, why are they not shooting at him?
yeah.
Wait, he's in one
I,
place. Why aren't they doing anything? Wait.
I wrote that down, but I thought it was going to be too niche of like a thing. I said like in a better movie, he would have used that thing as a part of his plan instead of trying to get it because he's hungry. You know,
Yeah,
like it's
like
just
that was it.
it's just like the writer of this movie watched the first three movies and completely did not understand Jack at all and didn't think he was smart and just thought that he was a funny guy who got really lucky, and it ruined his character
Yeah,
completely.
Those
he
red
did
guards
get
were so
insanely lucky.
incompetent too.
Yeah,
They
man,
could not catch up to him.
it
Like
really was
in the
like watching
previous
Tom and Jerry.
in the previous movies, all of those like colonial figures or whatever, like whoever the antagonists and like their little minions, they were always like somewhat tolerable, like, and they kind of put up a fight. But these
Yeah,
red
they were
guards were
serious
nowhere
too,
near
you
him.
know.
Like they were
No, they
leagues
were terrible.
behind him. Never like,
Yeah,
yeah, I couldn't take them seriously. CGI was really disappointing too.
It
for
was. It
fifth
was.
most expensive movie ever made.
Yeah, they fell off because those
Yeah,
first, the second and this everything with Davy Jones is peak,
amazing.
honestly.
Genuinely some
And
of the
even
best
that
CG ever.
even the first one with those skeletons was so cool. Like that, like the Black
Yeah.
Pearl movie.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so disappointing to see where they've come from or gone to rather. But maybe one thing I liked, one thing that made me reminded me of old Jack was remember they tossed off his little voodoo doll and he started screaming even though the doll was just
Yeah.
falling. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
That like that was Jack there.
You know what?
And
You saying something nice reminded me of something I actually enjoyed in the movie.
really?
The one thing I actually really enjoyed is at the very end of the movie where
It ends.
Wait,
Where it was over.
Yeah,
And I could do something else.
yeah, true, so true.
That was a good one.
But it was whenever
That was
he
one,
was
yeah.
like, "Well, how do we get it out?" And he was like, "Well, I need like 3 guys, a girl, you to play the trombone, and some guy to do this." And then the guy was like, "Well, I know some guy," and he was
A
like,
guy
"Well,
with
I know how to
goat.
do
He's
this."
like, well, I can do this.
Yeah, I was like, "Okay, that's actually really funny."
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good. I did not. I forgot to write that down. I think by that time in the movie, I was just done with it.
He was like, "I'm checked
Um,
out," like full stop.
The whole mermaid love story between the cleric
Oh,
and
I
and
forgot.
her
I
was
forgot.
so
I forgot
fake.
about
It was
that.
it was so
Oh my
bad. It
God.
was so bad.
Did I just?
It was
Okay, I did. I threw my glasses onto my laptop and I thought I turned off the recording, but we're good. That is
so
one of the
fake.
worst moments in this entire franchise because it came out of nowhere. Who are these characters? I don't care about them. I just stopped caring about a previous relationship. Don't throw me into a new one that is even less interesting. Skylar,
And why did she grab
what was your
those
opinions about that?
chalices?
Yeah,
Why
who
did she do
cares?
that?
Why did she do
How
that?
did she even know to do that? Why did she leave whenever she got rescued? Why did she go into the Fountain of Youth, grab them? Huh? Da Vinci?
Skylar, you
None of that
were
makes sense.
notoriously very hateful of the previous love story in the Pirates movie. What did you think about this one?
This one was terrible. This one was worse.
Yeah, it was.
The first one, I could at least be like, oh, okay.
It was
that,
built up
like,
over 3 movies.
at least it's at least
Yeah.
realistic, regardless if I like it or not. It's realistic. This one, he stabbed her, and they're like, "Oh my god, you're the one!" Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was.
And like
it was
she tried to
absolutely
kill
terrible.
him
Like, the guy
initially,
should have died
but then
twice.
he like hit
The guy
her with
literally
the
got cut
thing.
across the chest, and he didn't die. And then he got cut across the chest again, and he didn't die. And then she drowned him underwater,
It's
and he
so
didn't
many fake
drown.
outs.
So
So many fake outs.
yeah, I
Okay.
know. But
That's about all the things all the gripes I had, but maybe there was 2 things I actually did kind of like. I liked most moments between Barbossa and Jack towards the middle and later end of the movie. Them being in the ship that was like kind of teetering, that would like with the balancing going on. I thought that was kind of intriguing, and just their banter. I love their banter.
Yeah.
I thought it was so much fun in the former movies. and it kind of made the film enjoyable. It didn't feel so long whenever they were on screen together. And
That's
lastly, whenever Sparrow tripped going over some plants and he just started whacking at him with his
Oh
sword.
yeah.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
okay. I like that. That was funny.
I wonder if that like naturally happened and then they kind of rolled
He
it,
like improvised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder because that seems like something that would be like that,
Mhm.
I do have one more gripe.
Go ahead.
If
Go ahead.
Let's hear it.
What was that carriage scene in the chase where he breaks in, kisses the one lady,
Oh yeah.
and then
He took her
and then
earring,
just
right?
leaves?
Yeah.
He took her earring.
But
What did he do with
why?
it?
But why? He just ate it. He swallowed it. Gone. I kept a mental note of that. I was like, that's gonna come back up, isn't it? And it never did. Not a single time.
Yeah, I have no idea. I actually was like, I don't even know what that was. Like, I'm gonna be honest, that just was in there just to be in there. It's like they
I'm
needed
not.
to make it like over 2 hours, and he's like, "Oh, I have an idea,"
Yeah.
and then he just
What the
threw that
hell?
in there.
I'm
That's
not
what
gonna
Chandler
lie.
was saying. Everything about that chase was terrible.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
this script, the whole plot and everything from start to finish feels like something I would have written in middle school when I would have forgotten what I'd done in the beginning, picked it up in the middle, forgot what I did then, and finished with the end. Like this is what I would have created in middle school.
The writer relied on you not understanding the previous rest of the movie and just kind of rolling with you know what, I'm just
The rule of
accepting the new
cool.
knowledge that's on the screen right now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um,
All right, do
I
we
will
want to go into
say,
numbers?
I
Scott, go
I
ahead.
would like to lead off that I think the reason I found this movie enjoyable is because you both made it seem like it was going to be as bad as Constantine in my
What the
mind.
fuck? Constantine's a good movie.
Wait, let me make sure
You're
that's
gonna get
actually the
some
right
flack for
movie.
that.
The one
When
was
Mediak-
John Wick.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah,
Sorry.
when
Why-
when
I'm-
when Mediak becomes popular, they're gonna watch this and they're gonna watch the original Constantine review and they're gonna hate Skylar because people like that movie.
2 out of 10.
I don't care.
remember, yeah.
I don't care. People,
Yeah,
it's a good
No,
movie.
it was
My
terrible.
mom liked it.
no, it wasn't. I'm sorry for your mother, but
It's
that is
okay.
about it.
Give a
I heard it was
different
a good
example.
movie.
Give a
I know
different
Keanu
example.
Reeves
Well,
is
they
second.
lied to you. It's
No,
not.
give a different example. A better example that's different than that.
Okay. The original Mad Max. Do you like that one? Huh?
Okay, yeah,
Huh?
that's more fair. That's more divisive. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like that one, so I expected to be on that level where, like, after 5 minutes, like, I just want to turn it off. Like, not even
Right.
like I don't want to pay attention. Like, I don't even want to see it on the screen.
Yeah.
So I thought it was gonna be that bad, and it wasn't that bad. So I was like, okay, well, and so I had such a low base
Yeah.
in my mind that whenever the movie was above it, I was like, you know what? It actually wasn't that bad.
I think
But,
that my number is gonna
wasn't
evenly reflect your number, but I think that the current number that I have is the worst type of movie because a movie can be really good whenever it's really good, and it can be really good whenever it's really bad. But the worst
the
you can,
mid.
the worst you could
Yeah.
ever
Shout out Moist
describe.
Critical.
No, don't
Being a
even.
mean
I
of
was gonna
having an
say
opinion, way to take
boring.
his.
I was gonna say boring. I
yeah.
was not gonna
Go
say
ahead.
mid.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say
Go ahead.
boring.
Real meaning of mid. Go ahead. Say it.
No, it's the worst thing you can have is a movie that's boring, and this is definitely that. So go ahead with
I
you guys
think
can start with
actually-
your numbers.
Okay.
Curious.
I'm just gonna go with this 7.5.
Oh
Like,
fuck,
it was alright.
Jesus.
It's like I still dislike the third one the most, but this
That's
one is
still in
not
good-
far above
that's
it.
still
Like, they
in-
both have a 7.5, but this one's like a 7.55.
Dude, that's still in
Yeah.
good movie cat territory. That's crazy.
Like, I would probably like put it on just to like go through.
Can I be
Right.
honest?
I like
I-
Blackbeard too much. I'm gonna be honest. That's a lot.
Blackbeard was kind of cool. I honestly didn't
Yeah.
know movies could be so subjective. I'm learning things right now. I really
No,
am.
yeah, it is interesting. Like I'm not angry at it. I am just
No, I'm
genuinely
just-
confused.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Blackbeard's too cool. I'd watch it again for Blackbeard.
Well, Chandler, this
He
is
like
this
my
is
second
how
mom
I
watched
I
this
wish you
again.
were on the podcast when we did Constantine because I loved it.
It was.
It was fantastic. Skylar hated it. It was so
Oh, I thought you
confusing.
talked to me.
Yeah,
So
it is so
interesting.
confusing. Okay, Chandler, I would like to hear your number before I say mine.
I give it a solid, legitimate 3.
Okay.
You're close, Sky. You're very close.
I think that there is enough fine in the movie that it's not gonna keep it like super bottom of the tier. This isn't the worst movie I reviewed on the podcast. That still probably is either the first version of Justice
The
League
original Mad
or
Max or Constantine?
no, it's either the first Justice League or Suicide Squad, but it's definitely not a good movie. It's not even. I would honestly say it's not even directly in the center. I think it is a 4. It is not a good movie in the slightest.
I was off by 1 both times.
It like
That's a
it's boring, but I also don't ever want to watch it again. So it's definitely not a 5, and it can't be
Yeah.
higher than a 5 because then it's in a good movie category. And no, it's not that. Bad
Blackbeard
movie.
is too cool.
What's the average in that? Blackbeard is all 4 points of that.
We can go with one of your averages. Mine feels heavily inflated because I was informed about how bad this movie was beforehand.
No. Them's the rules. Put it together, Chandler. You're the math man.
It's a 5.
Oh, okay. What was it?
It's-
3,
I gave
4,
it
7,
I was
14.
like a 3, a 4, and then a 7.5. So it's 0.5, which if you go up to 15 would be a 5. So it's slightly below a 5.
Yeah,
So
you're right. It's-
5 or something.
we can round up to a 5. Does that work?
That's fine. I'm okay with that. Giving this
We won't
movie
deal
a
with
5.
thirds. We'll deal with halves, but we won't deal with thirds.
Yes, yeah. That works for me. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, that really made me go into a sour mood. This movie sucks. Dude,
Was it? I'm not gonna lie. Blackbeard was cool. Blackbeard's sword was so cool. Blackbeard's ship was cool.
yeah.
Yes.
And that was the main thing. And he was in it for a lot of the movie. And I was always waiting for that guy to do something. So I was always on edge waiting for Blackbeard to kill someone or go crazy or something.
Is it me, or did they just like waste all the potential with the Spanish army
Yeah,
and their
big
fleet?
time.
They did.
100%.
That intro
100%.
was so dumb.
Yeah.
It was the shortest
Mhm.
intro that made no sense. I didn't know what they were going to do with
Or
that.
what the hell was
and
going on? with
they-
it?
I thought it was kind of cool that they destroyed the place. I commend them for that because that is something I didn't necessarily think of, and I forgot about it after seeing it again. I forgot about that. That was a little surprising, but just wasted. It was wasted. Oh, it's like they didn't show up, and they were in the intro.
It was bad. As he scoots down on it. That was cute. I liked it. That was really adorable.
Are there any fun facts for this movie, or do they not deserve it?
I didn't even look anything up. The fun fact was that it was the most expensive movie ever made. For a time
So,
period.
All
For a
right.
period of time.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
So, Zach, I have another question then.
What is the movie news of this week? Do you guys have anything
No,
before I go into
better.
what?
What have you been watching? That was gonna be
No, what? That's the next segment.
I forgot
idiot.
about the news.
Come
Forgot about
on.
the news.
All right.
Yeah, I was
Skylar,
I couldn't not.
Do you guys
Interesting
have any
question
news? Chandler, do you want to talk about Fortnite's birthday?
I honestly don't know much about it.
Really?
I found
Okay.
out on
every
accident when I was
time
in the
you
lobby
get
or
the
something like that.
Yeah, me too. I found out
birthday.
about 2 hours ago whenever I sat down to get ready for the podcast.
Yeah.
I just started playing Fortnite, and I was like, oh, there's new challenges for birthday stuff. That's neat.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's always, I guess, this time of the year around nightmares is whenever they do stuff like that, which makes sense.
That's neat. Happy
It's
birthday,
like back
Fortnite.
to back to back. Yep.
I mean, I guess the one piece of news that I do have is that Jujutsu Kaisen officially ends on Sunday.
That's cool. Good for Jujutsu
How-
Kaisen.
How do you think it's ending? Actually, no. Sorry, I don't want to know how you think it is. Do you think it's ending in a good or bad way? Did they somehow? Oh, okay.
It's probably ending.
Because I remember you said there was like
fine.
5 issues left, and it was like you don't know how it's gonna end. There's like so much going on.
Usually
Not
there's
5,
a
7, like
wind
15.
down arc, you know? Usually there's a wind down arc. There's not a wind down half an episode, you know?
Yeah.
Like
There wasn't
when they announced there's 5 chapters left, they were still mid big fight.
Was it? Well, he got sick and he had to set his deadline before, so he was missing like 5 chapters. Missed 5 chapters after because they Shonen Jump wouldn't let him move the deadlines because they're super strict about deadlines. So
Mm.
that's what it is. But Who knows? The
Mhm.
internet told me that, and it makes sense in my mind, and that's what I'm gonna go with. But there was no wind down. I'll say that. There's no wind.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, very. Um,
What can you
although
do?
I don't know if this is a spoiler or not. Like in my opinion, I think he left the door open for another series, but that's just my opinion.
Jujutsu
Hmm.
Shippuden.
Yeah, that's what people are joking calling
Yeah.
it.
No, wait. What's
But
what's a better one? Bujutsu. Bujutsu
that's a good one.
Bison.
Instead of
instead
in
of
Naruto, it's
Boruto.
Boruto. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, was it Rising of a Shield Hero to Rising of a Shield Hero 2? It's just Jujutsu
Yeah.
Kaisen 2.
Yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Okay.
Yeah.
So the Percy Jackson TV show casted their Talia Grace in an actress named Tamara Smart. I don't know who this person is, but I hope that she does great. I liked the first season of Percy Jackson. I thought it was enjoyable, so I hope that the next seasons are also pretty good. Um, excuse
Good.
me. James Gunn said that the Shazam 2's post credit scene isn't canon, which is kind of the most useless quote ever. I actually, usually I wouldn't have screenshotted that because of how useless it was, but I wanted to talk about how useless it was because no one saw that movie,
Yeah,
and the
that movie
amount
was
of people that
horrible.
stayed for the post credit scene of that movie is even less than that. So like the fact that he needed to answer that question for that tiny like 0.1% of people is kind of funny to me. Like just
Mhm.
like why?
Isn't that universe like dying though?
Yeah, it is. It's dead, and it's
So why
getting
does it matter if it's canon or not? Like it's not like
exactly,
doesn't even
exactly.
matter.
Who cares? They're making a new one anyway. That the Superman
Yeah.
is new or whatever is the new universe. Tom Holland apparently he has a rumored new contract for 3 more
Mm.
Spider-Man movies and also 3 crossover movies, which would be Doomsday, Secret Wars, and then something else, which is
Wait,
he.
I have you guys seen anything about this new Venom coming out?
Yeah,
No.
no, yeah, I forgot. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Thanks for
so
bringing that up.
disappointing.
Why are they doing that?
Yeah, because didn't you say that like
Yeah, they can't use
Sony's?
things.
Yeah. Oh,
Why are they
Null
doing that?
Null is like the big bad, right?
Null
There's like a
Null is the
whole
Venom
comic book
creator
series
thing. Like he's
about
the
him.
guy. Yeah, he's that guy when it comes to Venom stuff.
I've heard that he's like an antagonist like on Civil War level. Like he's like that. He could be that big bad behind the scenes of something like that. So
Well, he definitely could be like an Infinity War level villain. Like he's a pretty big guy. I don't know how or why they're putting Null in the movie with the Venom frog and the Venom fish. I don't think those tones line up in the slightest. But you know what?
you know what this is probably gonna be like? It's gonna be
What?
like another Gore the God Butcher. I feel like
It's gonna be
where they
worse than
just
that, dude. It's gonna be way worse
yeah.
than that. Like, come on. What do you think?
Well, I mean, like I'm just saying how disappointing that
It,
guy
I
was.
think
That's
it's
how
gonna be
that's what they're gonna
more
do this.
disappointing than that. It's Sony, dude. Whatever the bottom of the barrel you think it could be, it's gonna be even lower than that, and then possibly
Mhm.
then some. Has
I
anyone here
heard
seen
Morbius
Madam
was
Web?
pretty good.
No.
Yeah, no, I have not seen it either, and that means something because I see all the bad ones. Me and Chandler saw Morbius in theaters.
Yeah,
That was
that was
funny.
tough.
That was a funny one.
Jack fell asleep, bro.
Oh,
He fell
dude,
asleep right next to me.
it's
I
so
know. I
good,
saw
dude.
him.
It's so good. It's so
Ugh.
good. Oh, dude, yay! He hates me for that because we could have gone and saw the Jujutsu Kaisen movie, but we didn't. We saw
Oh,
we
dang.
saw Morbius. Okay. Last bit of news. We got the new Hal Jordan cast in the DCU. It's Kyle Chandler. I don't really know who this guy is, but he looks like a Hal Jordan, so
I've
thumbs
seen
up.
him. I've seen movies. He's in Godzilla. He's in
Oh
Godzilla.
yeah, he's in King of Monster, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's Millie Bobby Brown's actor,
Yeah. Yeah.
father in the movie.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I got it. Skylar, is there anything you would like to ask me?
Yeah, actually, there is one question.
What is it?
Zach, what are you even watching?
Dude, I was waiting for you to like make a joke and fumble it and be like, do you want fries or something?" That would have been really
Yeah,
funny.
eating them
You,
Coke still?
I'll start off with the big one. I watched a movie in theaters last night. I saw the new Transformers movie.
Ooh.
It was pretty
Okay.
good. I thought
Oh.
that some of the comedy rode the line between being for everyone and then being just for kids. But some of the jokes that I thought were kind of childish, G really enjoyed. So I think I'm just being a little too like critical of the movie. But I thought that do you guys know what it's about?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm not gonna say then. I'm gonna be vague then. Okay. I
Go
thought
for it.
that the like turning point of the two characters like motivations was insanely realistic for the movie that I was watching. Like I thought I kind of wasn't really into it for like the first 30 minutes, I think. And then something happened and like it kind of hooked me a little bit because it had a big like life-changing event happen to two of the characters and then there was like a very realistic like cogs turning in their head of them reacting to the moment they were having, which led to like realistic character movements throughout the rest of the movie that made me be like, huh, I think this is going to age really well. Like, especially as a child, like watching this, it's going to be one of those movies that they're going to grow up and be like, man, that was like actually a good movie, not just a movie for kids, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it ever reached like How to Train Your Dragon levels, but it definitely was well over like the Kung Fu Panda 3 kind of movies, you know?
Okay.
It
Okay.
was good. I liked it. Yeah.
It's intriguing. I think I'm gonna have to watch it then. I haven't been to the theaters in like a couple months,
Yeah, I'd say
sadly.
it's
Yeah.
the animation in it is insanely smooth. A lot of the background and like the sets themselves are super detailed and they look amazing. But a lot of the models like of the Transformers kind of they ride the line between looking insanely good and like kind of noticeably different than the backgrounds themselves. And something I noticed that really bothered me was the cinematography looked kind of really rough sometimes. Like you could tell that they didn't want to move the camera because then they would have to render so much more of this beautiful background. But if they left the camera right there and had the characters forced and stuck in that moment, like a forced long take instead of switching back and forth and doing a bunch of things, it just felt awkward. Like, and I didn't like it. And I could tell it was because of either time restraints or budget cuts. And that was like the biggest thing about the movie that really irked me is in their like dialogue moments where it just stays on a shot of the two characters that are talking and it just stays there
Mm,
until it's done.
mm.
And I just was like, ooh,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah. Okay. Intriguing. I still think that like that sounds entertaining. I get what you're saying about like that frozen angle
Yeah.
where they don't move and it's just two people.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. So
But I think
okay.
that doesn't happen enough
Solid,
in the
right.
movie that I think the movie's bad because the rest of the
Mhm.
animation in the movie is fantastic. It's really good.
Mhm.
It really is
Mhm.
fantastic. And
Okay.
I think you'll like it a lot,
I'll give it
especially
a
if you enjoy the Transformers movies. Because G
I
is a big
used
Transformers fan, and I've always watched the cartoon since I was like a baby child.
Yeah, I love the cartoons. There were some
Yeah,
good ones on Netflix at the time.
yeah,
Can't remember what they're called, but I like most of
yeah.
Transformers.
You'll like
My
this then.
girlfriend.
The twist is very like if you've seen anything Transformers, you already know the twist. If you've ever seen a movie before, let alone a Transformers movie, then you know the twist the second you're presented with what might be twisty in the movie. I'm trying to be vague,
Mhm.
but like it's
Yeah.
so obvious. Like you guys will you'll know what I'm talking about when you watch the movie.
Okay.
Like smack you in the face,
It's
obvious.
so dude, like
It's like I would never do that.
literally it's literally like that. It had one of those like the Fairly Odd Parents jokes where it was like, my life can't be any better, and then it like is a hard cut to my life can't be any worse or whatever it was. It literally had one of those
I
moments
know.
with the twist in the movie, and I was like, oh, okay, it's one of those movies then. That's what I was saying. At the beginning 30 minutes didn't have me in it, but like the rest of the movie was really great.
There's some big names in there though,
There
right?
is, yeah. Chris Hemsworth is Optimus Prime. Like
Okay.
he does fantastic. Him and Brian Tyree Henry, that's his name.
Couldn't tell you. I just know that I saw like some ads with the actors.
Right. Well, those two who play the two main characters like fucking kill it. They're doing insane. and their voices they do different inflections with their voice throughout the movie. Like Chris Hemsworth's voice goes from like kind of like a higher pitch to like a very deep pitch whenever he like fully becomes Optimus. It's really satisfying and really cool.
Hmm.
It's good. Same with Brian Tyree Henry, but in like the reverse and becoming Megatron. It's actually a good movie, like genuinely.
Awesome. Anything else you've been watching?
So
There's nothing
I've
else.
actually read a lot of Alan Wake recently because work has been really slow, and I was like, I'm actually shockingly really far ahead on Mediak stuff. Like I don't have any thumbnails to work on right now, so I just have been sitting in furniture reading books and reading Alan Wake. So I've been going through that. I've been playing an unbelievable amount of Dokkan as usual and Call of Duty Zombies. Because of Chandler, he's got me hooked on it again going into Black Ops 6. Obviously playing Fortnite because I gotta meet the quota and get to the level 200 of the battle pass because I spent $10 already. I didn't watch Kaiju number 8 this week just because a lot of stuff's going on, and me and G are still going through Criminal Minds and Dairy Girls. Dairy Girls we're almost done with, but I genuinely think Criminal Minds is so long that it's going to be on there for the next couple of years.
It might be.
Dude, it's 19 seasons, Chandler, and we're on season 3.
At some
they're
point,
not
it's going to
40
get
episodes
super
either. They're like
repetitive, though,
hours.
right?
It's-
Maybe you'll
dude,
start seeing the same
Chandler,
episodes and be like, all right, can we just stop it here?
It's been the same episode for 3 seasons already.
Chandler,
Okay, then who
Chandler,
wants to watch it?
Chandler,
Who wants to continue watching it?
Chandler, I know who wants to continue watching it.
You don't know, Chandler? You don't know
Chandler,
who it
I
is?
know who wants to continue watching
You just got to
it.
mention something
They're-
like, oh, it's switched to a different
No,
streaming
she
service.
knows I
we don't
don't like
have
it.
it
She
anymore.
knows I don't like it. We just do it because, like, I don't even know. It's so boring.
No.
It's so, dude.
Criminal Minds
2
is
episodes
boring.
ago,
It
2 episodes
ruined it.
ago. Actually, it might have been the first episode. Like the episode where she was sitting on the couch and I said something nice about Criminal Minds, and I know for a fact that I would not have said that if she wasn't over there on the couch because I don't like that show. It is literally Scooby Doo for adults. It is so boring.
Not even.
It is. Every episode is the exact same.
Saying that is Scooby-Doo for adults is insulting to my favorite franchise.
It's
Yeah,
so
yeah, I voted in
boring.
last
It's
Without
so
a member.
boring.
Because
Even
one
the
member
characters
would've
in the
solved
show
all
don't
of
want to
their
be in the
problems
show
eventually.
because they switch out every season.
Mhm.
That and
That's
like
tough.
the
That's
fact
tough.
that they literally remove Reed from the show because he will solve it too fast.
I haven't
Like
gotten there.
they're like,
yet,
oh, the fans
but
would know
it's
that
just
if
whatever.
he was on this, it would be solved.
Well, because after
Like,
19
no.
seasons, a guy with the super memory should be able to solve any problem.
Everything.
Yeah,
He should be able to solve everything. Yeah.
yeah, literally
It's-
everything.
Literally, if that show is a season long, it's fine. Like you get the same thing from season 1 through that you
People
could get
like
in season
Criminal
1
Minds. People are gonna
through
not
season-
like us.
Is it continuing or is it
It's
like
still
done?
going.
Oof.
The 19th season
How-
just came out.
How
I'm not
many do
watching.
you think you watch a week
One.
on average? Man, you're watching them as much as they're being pumped out. This
I
is going to
know.
continue for
I
forever,
know,
bro.
I know, dude. It's an Ouroboros of death. It's an Ouroboros of death and boredom and fighting sleeping while watching TV. The amount of times I've fallen asleep while watching an episode and missed like 20 minutes
Nothing.
and got back and have just been completely on track because it's the same exact pace of every single episode. I'm just like, oh, okay, I got it. We're good. I
Zach,
took a,
better yet, you could go to sleep for 40 minutes and
Yeah.
still know everything.
yeah. I
You
see
could
the
fall
I
asleep
see
from
the
minute
the
5 to
first
minute
murder
45
and I
and be
see
like,
them
"Oh."
get to the murderer and I'm like, okay, I know exactly what happened in the middle because I've seen every other episode of the stupid show.
Do you think the
It's
like,
not that
the,
bad. I'm being really dramatic. There are worse.
It's-
I've seen
It's
worse
that
shows.
bad. Yeah, but it's that bad because it's 19 seasons. Like if it was like a handful, like 3 or something, it would be fine.
Well, I just
feel
don't.
bad for
I
the
don't. I
production
don't
crew.
understand how they can watch it back to back. It's the same thing.
I don't
maybe it's a
know.
comfort. Maybe it's comfort to them.
It
somehow.
totally is. Yeah. It's just
Yeah, it has to be, or like a show they can turn their brain off and just kind of like look.
yeah,
at.
like Dragon Ball.
fall asleep too.
Yeah.
Hey! Do not insult our favorite franchise by saying by putting it in that same category.
Okay. Dragon Ball is not the most narratively tight show there is. Come on.
No, but at least it might be the same thing every time, but at least it's still slightly. It changes more than Criminal Minds does.
Well, it's not the
Goku at
same
least
thing
gets a
every
new
time.
form
It's
every
it's
now and
also
then.
not, but it's not like it's different. It's potato tomato. You know, it's different things.
Yeah, I'd rather eat a
Potato,
potato than a
tomato.
tomato.
Okay, whatever. Chandler, you go next. What have you been watching?
I've been watching some. I finished the first season of From. I watched like 8 episodes in this 1 week. Binged it. It was
Is
so
that the thing that
good.
you've been hyping up?
Yes, it was
Okay.
very good. Although
No, I
Me
meant
too, it's fine.
over the day or so. Like whenever we were playing zombies this morning, you were like, "I have something to talk about, but I'm waiting until the podcast."
Oh,
He
yes,
does-
because I was saying like why I was staying up so late
Oh,
watching it.
it's
Yeah,
because
yeah,
of
that's
From.
why.
Okay, yeah,
Because
okay,
of
cool.
From, because the episodes are like 40, at least 40 minutes, closer to 50, I'd say. So they're long.
Right.
And so I'm always like, okay, one more, and then it's like 4 a.m. Oh my gosh, I got to go to bed.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing. But it didn't really end. It didn't like it ended as if like, all right, stay tuned for next season. But
You
really,
know
it's like
what?
episode
We should
11.
start streaming our zombies in the morning. That makes way more sense.
Whatever you want.
Would that impede like our connections? Because sometimes it already lags on us. Like,
No,
would that make it
because the
worse?
stream would be through my laptop. I think it would be fine. And that's
Okay.
going through my Wi-Fi. So that might have bad connection, but we should be
Right.
fine.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's start doing that from
Okay, yeah.
Thursday morning.
It just would make a little bit more sense.
Yeah, so that it was pretty good. I still like it, but it didn't really end when it should have. It should have had some sort of resolution, but no, it didn't. But
Does
that
it
means
have
like if you
more?
kind of look forward. Yeah, there's another season. There's 3 actually, but that third one's behind a paywall on Amazon Prime. The first 2 are available, but I have my ways, so I will get to that third season.
Right.
But other than that,
We're watching a franchise of them, man. We know, we understand. Yar, matey.
The other thing I've been watching is this. I think my past 3 weeks have honestly been the same thing: Slime and From. But Slime, it was so good, and now it's so bad. It's so
What?
bad.
It's bad.
It's so bad.
I've never
This
heard
third
that
season-
take before.
This third season is so bad. It's imagine you're kind of like you kind of have a home that you've created, and there's things in this home that you've also created. All right, it's not just like a house. You have a society, a community. Okay. And it's just meeting after meeting after meeting. Nothing happens for the first 4 or 5 episodes. It's meetings. It's talk. It's dialogue. If you like that sort of stuff, it's good dialogue. It's very good. But there's no conflict, no action, nothing. And then you maybe get it for 2 episodes. Back to more meetings. I'm stuck in meetings right now. I haven't watched it for a couple of days because I cannot take another meeting.
Chandler's
cannot take another
watching an
meeting.
anime and quoted, "I'm stuck
Chandler's
in
actually
meetings."
watching a job simulator.
Literally, it
That's
actually is a
that's
job
Honshu
simulator.
immediately.
It's so disappointing because I just kind of went on Reddit for a little bit, getting people's opinions, and yeah, a lot of people stopped watching after the first couple. I powered through, but now I've kind of stopped halfway through. I'm like
Are there
halfway
more
through the season arc.
seasons?
No, this is it. So
Damn.
I think I'm gonna just try and finish it because I heard this kind of arc that I'm moving on to is good, but man, it's just meetings right now. It literally feels like filler, and even though it's not filler, but it feels like it.
That's the worst, dude. That is.
Yeah,
the
it's so
worst.
bad. It's so bad. But that's it. That's it. That's all I've been watching.
So
All
does
right.
this ruin the show in your mind, or no? Like the show
That's a
overall,
good
knowing what the
question.
last season is.
No, I would not say so. I say it's it's still up there. I'd put it in my top 10 for sure, although I don't know if I've really watched 10 just yet. It's up there. I'd still say it's up there. I don't think it's better than Attack on Titan, even though that falls off. I don't think it's better than that. I think Attack on Titan's
Oh,
still
I
better
thought you were
than that.
saying it's not as bad as that. And I was like, I cannot believe you're saying that. But no, I get it. I see what
I
you
was
mean.
gonna say the fact that you think Attack on Titan is closer to 10 than 1 will make the community rage.
No, Attack on Titan's up there for me, but I'm just saying, like, you know how that falls off. This falls off, but it's not. The beginning part's still very good. I don't know actually what I'm saying, to be honest. I don't know how. I need time to. I need time to answer that question.
To like sit on it
It's just
and let it.
the way
vibe
they
with
show
you.
power scaling and whatnot. Like they show someone's power by the aura that they emit, and it's just so colorful and vibrant, and it looks badass every time any character does it. And it's just so damn cool. It's not like and what's cool is there's manga in the show. So they make references. They made references to Dragon Ball.
No
They had
way.
one guy go Super Saiyan, and he's like, "You've been reading a lot of manga, haven't you?" So it was just, it's kind of meta, if you will. Like I
That's
think I'm using
fun.
that
We
word
like
right,
that. I think you are.
but it's not like the Super Saiyan how it has like that outline. It's literally just like
Oh,
colors going out. Like it's like flowing colors and purple, like dark, like vibrant purple, pink, blue, all of those like just
Interesting.
they blend in well. It looks so cool every time that you do it because you know something badass is about to happen. But
I was gonna say, if you're a fan of colorful aura, Dragon Ball might be a show that you should check out.
yeah,
It peaks in the Broly
There's a
movie.
lot of colorful
You've
flowing
seen that
aura.
though.
yeah,
Actually,
I have a
no.
good idea as
The
to
one
what
in the
I've seen.
Universe
Super.
Survival Saga is pretty cool too.
I've seen the Super
Yeah.
movie and the Broly movie.
Mhm.
That's about all of Dragon Ball I've seen.
Yeah, you should watch all of it.
That's a lot. That's a
It's
lot.
really good at the beginning, and then it stays pretty good, but the story very clearly is taking a drop off. And then at one point, the story has an insane drop off. And then there's some non canon stuff for a while. And then the story has another insane drop off, but then it actually kind of picks up a little bit, and then it kind of drops off a tiny bit, and then it picks up really big for a while, and then it has two really good movies.
Okay, is
Are
the
you
place
talking
where it
about
picks up
Dragon
like
Ball
that fighting
Super?
scene, like the dueling area?
What was that, Chan?
You said that there's a part in Dragon Ball where they're like dueling, like a contest of some
Yeah,
sort.
yeah. Universe
There
Survival
are
Saga.
a
Yeah,
lot.
real
There
good.
are a lot of
There's a lot of
those.
tournaments. Tournaments is like a big part of Dragon Ball.
Okay.
Yes, it is huge.
Skylar, I was talking about the entirety of Dragon
Huge.
Ball.
Okay, I was gonna say the beginning of Super is not good. It is
No, I was talking about
not
the entirety of
good.
Dragon Ball. But like, I also kind of excluded the movies, but most of those are non-canon, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Mhm.
most of them are not. I meant
So wait,
most of them
Broly and Super are not
No,
canon?
those are the only ones that are.
Yeah.
Those are the only ones that are.
Okay, those are the exceptions.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the exception. Okay, Skylar, tell me what the
Well,
things that you watched this week.
Um, so I actually managed to pick up Hell's Paradise again. I watched another episode, and I still really like that show.
That's good.
The guy in the main character in it is he's just cool. That's pretty much what it is. He has cool, colorful aura as well, but his is closer to it's closer to the look of Dragon Ball. Not really in the same aspect, but I mean, as in there's like a direct not like straight outline. It doesn't flow out directly, but it's like contained within an area.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
so it looks pretty cool. It's a couple different colors, it's not just straight yellow like Super Saiyan in
Mhm.
Dragon Ball. But I'm excited to watch that show. I literally have just been swamped with schoolwork for the past like 2 weeks now that I've hardly been able to do anything else. So like I haven't been able to watch it.
Oh, what are you
And
guys doing Saturday night?
I think
That
I'm
was a
hanging out with
very big
Michael.
pause. Holy shit, dude. What the fuck?
I had to remember what I was
I-
doing Saturday. I think I'm hanging out with Michael,
I
but I
want to
don't
play
know.
Fortnite.
per
I
se.
get out of work. It's the first Saturday in a
Mm.
while. I don't work until 8. I would like to play Fortnite.
That morning, I
Ooh.
unfortunately have to go to a museum, and
That I work from that morning all the way until 6. So I can
you
play
know, I have to
Fortnite
go to a
after
mattress
there.
factory.
No way you do.
Not that kind of mattress
Oh,
factory.
okay.
It's a museum mattress factory where it's
Oh, okay.
like bad
Yeah,
art,
I
maybe.
know you're
I don't
what?
know.
You said
I don't know.
what?
Well, no, I don't mean like it's not objectively good art. It's just
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
not the
It's
usual
made out
form
of
of art, if
trash.
you will. Maybe
I
that.
don't
I don't
know.
know. I can't tell you exactly. Like my professor showed us some like actually objectively bad art, like scribbles, but it was like it's art. And
All
you're gonna
right,
have
dude.
to agree with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
So I think I might be going to something like that. I have to write an essay. That's my
Oh,
morning
that'll
goals.
be
I don't
fun.
know.
That'll be fun.
I don't know.
You should be excited for that. It's okay. Skylar, what else have you been watching?
So I have been reading a ton as well. I am still trying to get to
One
chapter
Piece.
850 by the end of this month, and I've made good progress the last 2 days. I'm now on 830 essentially, so 20 chapters in like a little less than a week. But so I think maybe it's 5 days. Yeah, I have 5 days. So essentially 4 chapters a day, and I'm gonna hit my goal. But officially on to Whole Cake at this moment. And I'm
Bless
glad
you.
the one island is.
Bless you.
Bless you, Zach.
Thank you.
He had a dab there. You thought we wouldn't notice.
I didn't notice it.
I'm excited the one island is done. It was kind of mid, in my opinion. And I'm excited for this one because I remember hearing bits and pieces about this one being pretty decent. So
But you said mid.
looking
Mid
forward
is
to that.
average. Average isn't so bad, okay?
No,
Yeah,
average is
it was
pretty
average.
bad, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
Like, yeah, if you're like, hey, that was average, I'm not gonna be happy about that,
Right, you're
I mean, I
always
wouldn't be mad
expecting
about
the
it.
best, but, like, sometimes you just can't get that, you
Well,
know
I
what
know
mean?
sometimes you can't get that, but like when you're
It wasn't
watching
bad.
something, you don't want average,
Right, it's hard to have something superb that, like, especially with something like with multiple
Well,
arcs, you're
yeah,
gonna
there's
have
nothing
those.
wrong with a 7. There's nothing wrong with a 7. There's
But
something
I
wrong
wouldn't
with
call that. I wouldn't call that mid.
That's not
I'd
mid.
call
That's
mid
not mid.
5.
That's not mid. Mids are 6, 5, and 4.
Right. I still don't know
That's
if
what he
that's
said.
just. I don't know, bro. That on Stranger Tides is not mid for me. It is
It's
not
kind of
mid for
mid.
me.
There's like Blackbeard is fine.
But like that, he can't carry the movie that
He
much.
didn't carry the movie. That's why it's so bad. That's why it's still in the bad territory of mid.
I'm getting lost in the sauce, bro. Oh gosh.
That's not my
But
fault. Blame Skylar. He got shot with the brain rot ammo mod in Cold War.
I didn't get shot with it. Or else I would have given the movie, or else I would have said it was my favorite.
Oh, okay.
But was it? It was just a lot of dialogue. It was important dialogue, and the dialogue was good. Kind of like what Chandler was kind of saying about the season 3. It wasn't a ton of like stuff really going.
What are we on again?
On.
Sorry.
The last island of One Piece, the
Ah.
elephant.
Right. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, a lot of important dialogue, not action filled at all. But the dialogue was slow at times, good at some
It
times.
was the start of the pirate
last.
mink ninja alliance or whatever.
Does anyone know how that anime goes? Like, do they say something like groundbreaking, like, and then you get 10 frames of everyone's reaction, like, oh, oh. Is that? I will not watch the anime anymore, bro. If that's what they're doing in those meetings,
No,
I swear.
there's totally not any like interesting moments because like they usually have the reaction shots whenever the animation is crazy. What they usually do with the dialogue scenes is exactly what they do with Transformers, but worse. They just they draw a single drawing and have the character then only animate the character's mouth moving. Usually, that's kind of like what it happens. And they have the actress or actor like just talk really slow. And have that go for as long as possible.
Dang. Okay.
But moving into Whole Cake, some stuff's already building, and I'm excited, looking forward to it. I've been playing more of Baldur's Gate. I am about to get to Act 2. I haven't had a ton of time to touch that either. And then obviously a ton of Dokkan. And then a couple zombies runs, perhaps.
Mayhaps.
Perchance.
Yeah,
that may have been
couple
hinted towards in this episode a handful of times.
Yeah. And
maybe
then
more blatant
I think
than a
I'm
hint.
trying to get ready. Huh?
I said maybe a bit more blatant than a hint.
Yeah, maybe a little more direct than a
Yeah.
hint.
Me
Much
saying,
less a
hey,
hint
can we play
rather than
zombies
impact.
differently?
And then I'm starting to look toward what show I'm going to watch after Hell's Paradise. I'm unsure of what I want at the moment. I have a couple like different animes like selected that I'm kind of thinking, but I also wouldn't mind going to something different entirely. So I'm not entirely sure yet.
All your time is going to be taken up by Dragon Ball Sparking Zero in a little over a week. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and potentially Call of Duty.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely getting that. I'm just not. I'm gonna wait until like a day before and then pre-order it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing as well.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna wait probably a couple days.
And then it's probably a smart idea.
Yeah. Is that Is that all I've been watching? Yeah, me and Lily have not touched My Hero in a minute because because she wanted to watch on Stranger Tides, at Stranger Tides, whatever one it was. She wanted to watch that, so did not get to My Hero. So we're still in the same spot.
She didn't want to watch the other Pirates movies though.
No,
That's real weird.
she only wanted to watch The Mermaid. That's like literally it. She
Okay,
only
that's
wanted to
fair.
watch this one so she could see the mermaids.
All right.
I mean,
Next
think I
week's gonna
told
be
you.
even more grim, Skylar. I can't remember a scene from the next movie.
Can I be honest with you?
Yep.
I actually really like this antagonist. I very much so like this antagonist, and I'm looking forward to that only. That's all I remember.
I
The actor,
remember.
that
I
is.
remember the scene at the beginning with the bank, Chandler. I remember the scene at the
Okay.
end with the sea, where they're hanging. You know what I'm talking about?
I know that.
Where it's split and they're like.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's the only thing I remember. And then I remember
don't you-
one of the post-credit scenes.
I really like the antagonist. I think the actor's good.
I like the
Like,
actor,
the actor.
character.
Because
Like,
he's in other movies too.
Yeah, I like the actor. He's good. That's it. I don't know.
I'm gonna be so disappointed. I know I am, but I just.
I'm pretty confident this is the worst one by like far. Okay. Alrighty. Does everyone have their quarrels out this week?
Yeah. I've said what I wanted to say.
I will say that Lily did not watch the beginning bit. Came and watched the mermaids and then fell asleep, and so she only saw the mermaids in that movie. So
yeah, that makes sense. That makes
yeah.
sense.
So
Yeah.
she was very direct. She said she wanted to see the mermaids. She saw exclusively the mermaids, and then
I mean, the girl knows what she wants.
she really does.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, game respects game. She knew exactly what she wanted. She got exactly what she wanted, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, more power to her. Pop off.
Yeah, it was kind of wild because I was like, "There's no," because like I was obviously watching the entire movie while she was doing everything else.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, she movie, and then I was like, wow, she saw the 20 minutes the mermaids were in, and then fell asleep. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
20 minutes is generous. The 5 minutes
that
there were mermaids.
Yeah.
5 minutes might be generous. The time period in which the mermaids were in the movie.
Yeah.
How long was that?
Who cares? It doesn't matter.
Moments.
All right. I'm gonna say goodbye now. All right. We'll see you guys next week. I'm so tired. I want to go to sleep. All right. See you guys next week with Dead Men Tell No Tales. See ya.